we have some new people. Woohoo! Hello, everyone. I am so grateful to have you here. I do want to take a quick moment to show some gratitude for my amazing kick-ass team, from the man behind the curtain doing tech control to my fabulous mod team. I honestly would not be able to do this as well as I do without them. Thank you guys so very much. You are the best. All right, my witchlings. Speaking of tech control. Hello, Instagram. Oops, we kind of forgot to hit that button when we first went live. It's a day. So, yep. All right, my friends. Let us get started here. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot? Okay. All right. We're gonna see if the candle will survive through today's live. All right, we do not have a birthday today, so I am lighting my candle to be a ray of light in the darkness that so many of us are living in right now. And with the lighting of our candle, we close our circle and we invite the Ancient Ones to join us for this reading. All right. Okay, my friends. Ooh, malachite. All right. I'm going to take... Yes. Please. No. Okay. Discussing with tech control. So I'm going to drink some coffee. Normally we are a little better organized here, but yeah. So, before we really get going, there is something I want to mention. Congressman John Lewis, may his soul please be resting in peace. I'm sure he is spinning in his grave as we speak. Told us to go out and make good trouble. There is an organization right now called 5x15 telling us who want to help our country here in the United States to do 5 acts of good trouble in the next 11 days. You can find them at 5x15.org. They have partnered with the groups Hands Off, who organized the April 5th protests, Indivisible, another grassroots organization for the resistance, and 5051, the 50501, who organized the 50 state capitals protests back in February. I have taken that pledge, and I would dearly love to see my witchlings join me on this. Whether that means joining a protest, an act of civil disobedience, or simply having a tough conversation with a MAGA friend or relative, please, let's make our voices heard. This is very important right now. And let's talk about today's holiday. All right. Yeah, that sounds about right, Raven. Mine are, I'm not sure because we're reading the Man Behind the Curtains cards today. All right. We have our holidays. Okay. Apparently nobody liked hearing me say that I want us to go out and make good trouble. I'm too political. But that's okay, because 10 to 1 Star Paws will pop in. LM will probably pop in. So, let's talk our holidays. We have 2 of them today. So, as a lost mama, Wear a Star Day, which is today, holds a very poignant meaning for me. Each star reminds me of my 4 little lights shining brightly. It is a day to honor all the babies gone too soon. And then Ah, I have lipstick all over my teeth today. Ew. It is also... I'm apparently not supposed to talk about this one. It is also Drop Everything and Read Day. Yes! Finally! As an avid reader, this is my day. I have loved books for as long as I can remember. I was that first grader checking out Nancy Drew books from, the elementary school library. I tackled Tolkien in 5th grade. My favorite genres now, I mean, shocking for the fact that I tackled Tolkien as a young child. My favorite genres now are paranormal, romance, and urban fantasy. If it's got witches, shifters, fae, or vampires, I am probably going to read it. So, in honor of Dear Day, Drop Everything and Read, grab a book and read for at least half an hour today. Your brain will thank you later. Trust me. Hi. Oh, my eyes are itchy. Oh, oops. This is what happens when the furry overlord decides to head boot mom in the nose and eyes first thing in the morning. I love my cat, but good gravy. Yeah, LM's still on the rig, but he has been able to pop in and watch a couple of lives. Oh. Fae porn. It's straight up fae porn. I love the Mary Gentry series. Oh shit, yeah. I forget I can't use the P word. Her Anita Blake series isn't half bad either. He's complaining about me having used that. Thank you. Because honestly, anybody who's read it agrees with me. I thought you could. I thought it was just meta products you can't use that word on. Anyway. I forget that there are some keywords that, you just don't say in public. It is. It really is. But, she has a Richard in both series, and they could not be more different. No, I take it back. I'm thinking the one, I'm thinking Anita, but Anita has Edward. Edward is my favorite Anita character. And Richard, well, Richard lives up to his name. All right. Where are we as... We are 3 subscriptions away from having 300 Witchlings. Can we please go like, share, and subscribe? Please. I would really love to hit 300 this week. All right, my Witchlings. Oh. Anita gets better. Although, no, she just gets more partners and therefore has less screen time. Although I have to say, JP, I can't remember his full name, but his initials are JP, the Master Vampire. He's pretty cool too. Okay, my Witchlings, let's get started here. Oh my good grief. Oh, I see it. We have a fuzzy on the microphone. I will be taking the... Oops, I'm sorry. Oh, God. I will be taking the lint roller to my microphone later. We are having a day. All right, my friends. It is forking chaos for me today. I love it. Well, no, I don't, but I do. So, let's get moving. All right. Welcome to Dai's Daily Divination Draw and Self-Care, where we're reading the cards and taking care of ourselves and having a whole lot of fun while we're at it. So, go grab your favorite crystal. I'm going to play with this one. What the fluff? I'm going to play with this one. Go light your favorite candle or some incense for that aromatherapy and cozy up with your cup of coffee or tea if that's your favorite brew. Or in the case of someone else, I'm willing to bet he'd probably grab a brew. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for your daily doses of divination. And now let's go find out what does the universe have to tell us. Yay! 8 days. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. So today is the 12th. Okay. We're having a day. All right. Moving on to affirmations. At top. And not like me pointing at the screen is gonna help. We're having a day. So our affirmation today is ironically fitting. Today's affirmation is I let go of my inner critic. Self-compassion can feel difficult in the moments when our inner voice puts us down. It's important to remember that a critical inner voice is not you, nor is it true. When you hear that voice, ask yourself, whose voice is it really? Imagine turning down the voice to a low whisper. How can you choose to be kind to yourself in such moments? I know who my inner voice is. Oh, what do you guys think of? What do you think of today's affirmation? I know I needed to hear it. Cool to know, Raven. Cool to know. Oh, shit. That's going to start melting my candle. I'm good. Tell me about it. Most of the time, when I have that mean, harsh, evil voice in my head, it's not one of the extras up here. They tend to be pretty nice to me, Annie. When I'm getting that harsh criticism, oh, it is 1,000,000% the incubator's voice. And I hate it, hate it, hate it. Although I've gotten pretty good at telling her to go back to... I have gotten pretty good at telling her to go back to her corner of hell. Okay, so moving on. Yep. I have to pull another rune real quick because the rune I pulled for today is one that does not have a reverse. Okay. So I have to make sure I'm going to hold it up correctly. Okay. Moving on to today's rune. It's a day. It is. Up, up, up. You had it at the very top, darling. There it is. We have our rune. We have our rune. Our rune is Gabo, the gift. And it resonates deeply with Geffen, she who lives. As a rune of connection, its airy element reminds me of breathing in yoga, the exchange of energy, the elm and the ash, strong mountain trees echo the grounding yet reaching nature of a well-rooted asana. Love it. Heartsease speaks to balance, like finding that stillness in a pose. Rhodochrosite, malachite, and jade offer heart-centered energy. I am tripping over my tongue. Dark blue evokes intuition, like the depths we explore in meditation. The bee, dolphin, and whale, each a creature of community, reflect the sharing inherent in a true gift. So, basically, Gabo is our gift to ourselves. So, what do you guys think of today's rune? Tell me in the comments. We're having a day. Yep. That I almost snorted when you said that the Malachite was speaking to you today. Oh, all right. It's a day. All right, my friends. All right, now, hoopda. We have cards to play with now. We have the Oracle. We have our first Oracle card being commitment. Yeah, I need to be committed today. Followed by you don't think of me. Let's try that one again. You don't think of me. And finally, we have influence and distractions. Oh, well, that's me. That's me in a nutshell, influence and distractions. Commitment asks where my loyalty truly lies. You don't think of me suggests a neglected aspect, needing attention, perhaps inner self or a relationship. Influence and distractions highlights external forces pulling our focus. Together, they urge a recommitment to what nourishes me, cutting through diversions to nurture the unseen. This is a potent call for mindful presence. Mindfulness. Wonder where we've heard that before. So, what do you guys think of the cards so far? Hooba. All right. Moving on. Okay, so apparently. So, moving on to the tarot. So, it is Saturday, so that means the man behind the curtain is pulling the Goddess Tarot, and I'm reading the cards to you. He gives me everything, and I just read it. So, today's Goddess Tarot reading is revealing a journey from past hurtful communication to a present of disappointment, which is influenced by a desire for generosity with a potential future, shadowed by inner turmoil and a blocked sense of joy. So let's get to it. The Six of Pentacles is influencing our reading, highlighting a desire for generosity and helping others without expectation, and trusting in universal prosperity and sharing our talents. Next, we have the Queen of Swords reversed. This card in the past suggests that despite our good intentions, sharp intellect or words caused some wounds and affected relationships, potentially symbolizing loss and indicating a dominance of intellect over heart. Next, in the present space, we have the Five of Cups, and it signifies disappointment and sadness, particularly in intimate relationships, with a focus on problems rather than assets, a desire to move on, and potential creative blocks or some pessimism. we have temptation. The temptation or devil in the potential future warns of inner turmoil, illusion, and obsession, feeling tempted by uncontrollable forces and personifying the shadow self as addiction or intense desires such as gluttony or envy, potentially experiencing or projecting envy and feeling a total lack of control or a need to control. And then the sun reversed, or the Zorya, as the overall energy indicates an unwillingness to accept affection, potential problems with children, creativity blocked by internal or external forces, delays in project expansion, and a feeling of being thwarted. So, overall, the reading suggests that past sharp communication contributed to current disappointment. While there's an underlying desire for generosity, the future holds potential inner conflict and some blocked joy. Overcoming your present pessimism and addressing past relational wounds is absolutely crucial to avoid the pitfalls of temptation and the feeling of being thwarted in the future in creative endeavors and emotional connections. Accepting affection and nurturing creativity are key to moving towards a brighter outcome. So, ouch. What do you guys think? Hey, Star Paws. Yes, I saw the Star Paws movie last night. I saw the Minecraft movie last night, and it's a movie. The highlights. He's saying maybe there needs to be a Star Paws movie. Apparently, I said I squished Star Paws and movie together. But the highlights of the movie. The highlights for me, seeing the movie, were seeing Jason Momoa in the pink fringed leather jacket and getting his ass kicked by a pig. That is absolutely zero spoilers, but hello, Char. Is it Char or Char? It could be either. I see it in my... I'm thinking it's short for like Charlotte, which I absolutely love that name. Yeah, that's possible too. He sees the name Charles, which is possible. We are losing the candle. It is dying. See you later, Star Paws. I'm glad you popped in for a minute. All right. Okay. Oh. I like that name. That's a cool looking name. All right. He's my constant companion. All right. Let us move on to the combined tarot and oracle reading. He must get the comments before I do. Oh, he sees them live on YouTube. Yes, I have my Charmander on my mic. Unfortunately, I gave the spawn my Eevee backpack, but I used to have an Eevee backpack. The backpack was Eevee's face because I am an Eevee fan. And we have a bunch of Pikachu stuff running around too. We love Pikachu. I have been watching and dealing with Pokemon for the last 25-ish years. I got my backpack at Hot Topic. Yep. I figured that. All right, so let's talk cards, y'all. So we are combining my oracle cards and his tarot cards. The oracle's commitment, challenges. He told me to turn to face the microphone, and I just leaned further away from it as I turned. I'm brilliant. Okay, so combining my oracle cards with his tarot cards. The oracle's commitment challenges the Six of Pentacles' potential imbalance. Where am I truly invested? You don't think of me echoes the reversed Queen of Swords, suggesting ignored inner wisdom or unheard voices fueling the Five of Cups sorrow. Influence and distractions amplify temptations, highlighting external chains, hindering the return of the reversed sun's joy. It died. This reading urges mindful commitment to self, acknowledging loss without succumbing, cutting ties with draining influences, and fiercely reclaiming inner light. It is a potent call for honest self-assessment and empowered action on this fine afternoon. So, does this combined reading resonate with anybody out there? Let me know in the comments. That might help. No, there's no Hot Topic over there. I wonder if Hot Topic will ship to the UK. However, I did also buy that backpack a few years ago. Where do the UK mall goths get their stuff? Because I'll bet they might have something similar. Or else, Hot Topic ships. I do know that Torrid ships internationally, so I think one of my favorite shifts at work. I used to work at Torrid, which is Hot Topic's sister store. We had a group of Australians in. And they bought up, I swear, half of our clearance section. I was waiting on one of them, and that she was buying a lovely pair of pants, but unfortunately someone had stepped on the ink pad, on the ink thingy sensor, and broken it so that it had spilled all over the pants. And she's like, no worries, I'm wearing them to the beach anyway, so it doesn't matter. And we're like, do you want a discount or anything? And she's like, no worries. She was one of the coolest customers I ever had. It was great. I have heard of Primark. Primark is actually one of the reasons I want to go over to England. And there's another one that my brain just won't register right now, but yeah. As he's saying, this is kind of fun because we're learning all about the UK. Because I am on in prime time. Oh my good goddess, prime time over there. And I'm having so much fun learning about it. It is not River Island. I cannot for the life of me remember it. And unfortunately, the person that was telling me about it, I am no longer friends with. Which, it's kind of sad, but kind of not. Yeah, I'm definitely having a lot of fun making new UK friends. At UK and European. I want to touch the candle holder to put the new candle in it, but I know if I grab it, I'm going to burn myself. But see, I've also been slightly fascinated with England. Yep. Yep, you are 8 hours ahead of me because it is 14:04 here. I also have been kind of fascinated with England, and unfortunately, I grew up being a royal watcher, courtesy of my darling grandmother. I love her. I miss her. She decided that the only good thing about the name my parents chose for me was that she could pretend I was named after the people's princess. Oh, that sounds so cool. I don't dress it much anymore. But I am an elder goth. I used to joke that I was a hillbilly goth because I can be very redneck. But yeah. One of these years, I will manage to get back to England and see something other than the inside of Gatwick. Because, yeah, I flew from Los Angeles to Naples, Italy, with a layover in London, and I couldn't even get the decent, London, the popular London airport. No, I got stuck at Gatwick. Not complaining too much. It was kind of cool. It was so much fun. I do need to do that. Speaking of cool t-shirts, my marketing director has created t-shirts for us, and we just realized that if I hang it like on the wall here-ish, where my flag is currently hanging, you guys would be able to see it. Yes, darling. Okay, hold on. Oh. Look at the baby. Oh, you got... You're wearing mom's hair. What is this? Nora, isn't it the human that's supposed to wear the dog hair? Come here. Hey, Comic Ketchup. Okay. So, let us move on to Zen. Oh. Yep. Hello, Comic Ketchup. Good to see ya. Isn't he adorable? This is Tooker's. And he generally, he lives in here with me. If I'm in my office, he is. He tends to sleep on my yoga mat. That's the purple you can see here. That is my yoga mat. And if I am talking to my computer, he is convinced I'm talking to his fans. So he will frequently come hop up in my lap. My therapist has gotten to know him extremely well. He is one of two reasons that there is fur on the back of my mic. The other reason is the furry overlord. All right, my loves. Let us read today's moment of Zen. Pretty soon, I'm going to have to find a new way of getting my Zen quotes. All right. Zen. All right. So, we try to evade the question of existence with property, prestige, power, production, fun, and ultimately by trying to forget that I exist. No matter how often he thinks of God or goes to church or how much he believes in religious ideas, if he, the whole man, is deaf to the question of existence, if he does not have an answer to it, he is marking time, and he lives and dies like one of the million things he produces. He thinks of God instead of experiencing God. And that's from Erich Fromm. And then we have the Zen saying, how refreshing the whinny of a pack horse unloaded of everything. I know that feeling. I know that feeling that, when you finally get to, drop everything. Oops. There. Okay. Had to make sure that my spelling was correct in my notes so that when the man behind the curtain goes and steals the notes to, make my shorts, then he has it. Uh-oh. Yep, I love Al Gore's rhythm. Yeah, he, as Raven says, he has siblings. So Tooker's is German Shepherd, Malamute, and I am convinced because he's from Alaska, he's got wolf. I mean, look at his face. He has a sister who is Pitbull, Malamute, and has heterochromia, so she's got one brown, one blue eye. And then we have the old man of the family, Sergeant, who is not at my feet right now, who is about 20 pounds of angry potato. We love him. And then the furry overlord, who is a 20-pound black cat. Those are our babies. I wonder. Yep, we have 2 Malamute mixes, Pitbull and German Shepherd. I want to see something. Luna. Wonder if she'll come see me. I check out my website. Go to yogawithdylin.com and check out the staff page because all of the furry children have their own staff bios. And yes, yeah, you would probably have to fight the human siblings for any of the puppers and the cat. I think the oldest would go to bat for the furry overlord. I love my coffee. Cane Corso. Oh, God. Cane Corso crossed with Mastiff? Oh, my God. That's not a dog. That's a horse. American Bulldog. A Bulldog Mastiff. Ooh. Nice. You got big dogs. Don't. The horses see him and run. I bet. They are. They're prey animal. That's why. So full disclosure here. I used to be terrified of bigger dogs. I really was. Courtesy of our former neighbor, before the kids and I moved over here, our neighbor bred Vizslas. Which, if you don't know what a Vizsla is, basically it's a red greyhound. They have a lot of the same characteristics, but they're red. His name was Houdini. His nickname, a tiny dog named Ruby. But the stud across the street, because they bred them, his name was Houdini, and he lived up to his name. He earned that nickname. And he adopted my dad and my kids. So he would come over to visit us all the time. And he would not accept us being afraid of him. Unfortunately, the candle already went out and has been replaced. So I will do that in just a moment. So we have extinguished our candle, opened our circle, and given our gratitude to the ancient ones. So I got, yep, I got used to bigger dogs via Hootie. And then we moved in here. And when we moved in here, my husband had his dog, who was a Staffordshire Terrier, Aussie Shepherd mix. Big boy. And we loved him. And he was just the biggest love bug. He technically, he was a medium-sized dog, but he was bigger than any dog I'd ever dealt with. And he again, would not take no for an answer. And then we got Luna. She is blonde. And she lives up to the blonde stereotype on a regular basis. No perception of where she's whipping her tail or putting her paws. She actually is the reason that after my last foot surgery, I had to have a cast on my feet. Because she would step on my feet. We did not need her breaking the bones that they had just fixed. But she is the biggest love bug. And I tell you what, let somebody threaten her kids or her parents, and the pit bull will show itself. Yeah, but she's a chicken shit. She will bark her head off, and then at the least, smallest sign of aggression, she runs and hides. And then Tooker came to join us just over a year ago, and he is my baby. I love him. I keep looking for Sergeant at my feet. Yeah. Yep, it was about 13 months since we got Took, and he is just, ugh. For once he's not laying on his back spread eagle, I'm shocked. Luna comes by the not paying attention to where she's going naturally. She gets that from Mom. But let me tell you, offer her anything that she can consume. I have to be careful saying, the words. And she sings and dances. I need to share some of the videos to the Fur Kids socials of her singing and dancing. And that is something I don't talk about. Oh my God. The Furbles have their own social media pages. They have their own Facebook, Instagram, and their own YouTube. We don't have much on their YouTube yet. But I'm going to start because I have a ton of videos of Luna especially singing for her dinner. I would show you now, but I don't know if I have one on my phone. No, they're not. He doesn't think their links are in, but they might be on my link tree. Otherwise, I am going to copy and paste. That's true. They are linked from my Facebook. So go to the either Yoga with Dylin Facebook or the Die the Yoga Witch Facebook, and you'll find them. And I am fairly sure, yup, that they are that they are linked from there. Yes. We add IES or SIES to the end of those two words. And yep. This guy, though. This guy. First thing in the morning. If I do not walk him literally as soon as I crawl out of bed, he will wake the neighborhood. Because he yells and sings and howls and just... Drama king. Until I open the front door. As soon as I open the front door, he shuts up and he's good as gold. Huskies, man. Although he's a German Shepherd Malamute. Malamutes are just slightly less dramatic huskies. Slightly. Alright, guys. He does. I woo-woo-woos. Oh, man, I miss Rosie. Little dog who used to live next door. She would go, I woo-woo at you. She was so cute. She and Sarge were playmates. When you're trying to sleep, oh yeah. I regularly want to strangle him because I'm pretty sure he wakes Dad up. And Dad does not wake up very happy if he gets woke up. I think you're oh shit. What the hell? My laptop decided to lock. So yeah, I wasn't hearing the laptop anymore. Love that for me, right? It's a day. Holy sheepskin. Yep, I am having a day. All right, my friends. He wakes you up. Yep. That sounds about right. So our morning routine is I get this guy out for his walk, and then we get home, and as soon as we get home, that's when everybody gets breakfast. He, however, oddly doesn't typically eat breakfast. And what breakfast is in our house is they get canned food. They get wet food. So the other two kids split their can of wet food. He goes and lays down either in here or in his chair. And then around 3:30, 4 o'clock, we go for our evening walk before dinner. And then he gets his portion of the can of food for dinner. So they have 2 cans of food a day. So they are very happy puppers. I love my puppers. You know, this is what we need to talk about on Sunday when we're doing coffee and cues. Just chit-chat and talk about the puppers. Yeah. I'm being reminded because I was not clear. I know what I do with the doggos. The blondes get each split a can in the morning, and then the 3 of them split a can at night. There we go. That makes sense, I think. All right, my loves. We need to wrap up today. Well, for the day. Where is my brain? Can I please have it back? Oh, I keep leaning over and hiding Supergirl. All right, so. We have opened our circle and extinguished our candle. And now I would like to say, please, again, hop over to Patreon, join the Patreon for all of the cool stuff there, or pop over to Buy Me a Coffee and buy me a cup of coffee. See you later, Comic Catch Up, because support from my witchlings makes all of this happen. It keeps me supplied in coffee and dog food. So I thank you guys all so very much for your support. Now let's get out there and spread some love, some joy, and some kindness, because there is so much darkness out there. I don't want to add to it. Let us please be a beacon of light out there. Then go out there and tell your loved ones, human, scaly, feathered, and furry, know that you love them beyond measure, because you do not know how long you have. And trust me, from experience, I know that 2 a.m. phone call sucks. I want to let you guys know that I do love you, and I am so grateful for all of you witchlings who have stuck around until the end. If you are still here, please leave me a comment and appease the algorithm gods with at least 7 words. I like to ask what your favorite stone is, or your favorite scent, because I mention it at the beginning. Or if you don't have anything else, you can say, Panic at the Disco has you covered. Hey, look, I made it. Yay, 7 words. We got it. And then remember, you guys, you are loved. You are wanted. You are needed. And you truly do have a purpose in this world. I will see y'all later. As the man behind the curtain says, come back this evening in, 6 hours. Almost exactly. For my bitch and witch angry veteran rants, I am ranting about LGBTQ rights tonight. I am talking my community. Thank you, Comic Catch Up. I will see you guys in a bit. I love y'all. Your subscription ensures you never miss a moment of mystical insight, especially if you ring that bell. For a deeper dive into exclusive content, behind-the-scenes glimpses, bonus blog posts, monthly rituals, and my weekly yoga classes, consider popping over to Patreon and joining the coven there. If you're feeling particularly generous, a virtual coffee is always appreciated. This Gen X witch, raised on 80s vibes, thrives on caffeine and a dash of well-placed sarcasm. Are you seeking personalized guidance? Well, in that case, visit yogawithdyliden.com to schedule a one-on-one yoga session where we can work together to restore balance and alignment to your mind, body, and spirit. I'm honored to craft meaningful rituals and services for all life's milestones. House blessings, cleansings, spiritual life coaching, and personalized tarot and pendulum readings are also available. Check out those offerings at dietheyogawitch.com. Don't miss out on your daily doses of divination. Tune in tomorrow for another episode, Monday through Saturday, same bet time, same bet channel, 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. And there's even more enchantment to weave into your week. Join me for our weekly rituals. Sundays, let's all gather around the cauldron for coffee and cues with Di the Yoga Witch at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time on Sundays. Bring your favorite brew and we'll delve into the mystical and the everyday, answering your questions and sharing the witchy wisdom I've gathered over the last 3 decades. Thursdays, tune into Di the Yoga Witch podcast for a fusion of yoga and witchcraft designed to inspire and uplift. Friday and Saturday evenings at 8:30 p.m. Seattle time, we offer some unique experiences. Fridays are for relaxation and interconnection. We zen our way into the weekend and unwind with guided meditation or yoga nidra asana, tapping into your inner magic and bringing that magical life into your yoga practice. Saturday evenings, brace yourself for Bitch and Witch Angry Veteran Rants. I will be tackling current events that spark my passionate opinions, offering perspectives and suggestions for positive change.